Went as fast as I could, but they have something called undercranking, and
Yeah,
they get
sure.
the really funny effects to it. Everybody had a good time with it.
What if everything you thought you knew about Hulk Hogan, his wrestling career, his fame, and his image was just the surface? Beneath the muscles and the fame lies a life full of shocking twists, personal battles, and an empire built on more than just body slams. In this video, we're diving deep into the untold side of Hogan's life that you won't believe. From a shocking family feud that's been kept under wraps to a jaw-dropping legal battle that shook the media world, this is the side of Hulk Hogan you've never seen. But that's not all. What if we told you his financial empire might be more complex than his wrestling moves? We're talking about multi-million-dollar real estate deals, luxury cars that scream extravagance, and a net worth that continues to rise even as he steps away from the spotlight. But how did he get there? What are the real struggles behind his success? And how did he manage to navigate the controversies that almost destroyed his career? With his recent life changes, including shocking confessions and personal transformations, you'll be on the edge of your seat wondering, what's next for the wrestling legend? Trust us, you don't want to miss this eye-opening deep dive into the real Hulk Hogan. Keep watching, because what we're about to reveal will change everything you thought you knew. At one point, Hulk Hogan was an undeniable force in the world of professional wrestling, a household name who dominated the squared circle for decades. But even icons aren't immune to the harsh realities of life. Imagine being at the top of the world, admired by millions, yet facing a personal battle that is far beyond anyone's control. For Hogan, the once invincible wrestling legend, the fight is now against his own body. The devastating toll of years in the ring has caught up with him, leaving him struggling with an illness that even his fame couldn't escape. And it's this very truth that makes his journey even more poignant. Recently, his wife Linda shared a heartbreaking update. She revealed how the massive toll of Hogan's career is now affecting him on a personal level, as the family braces for a future that may never look the same. The severity of the situation left her speechless. The iconic wrestler, who once stood as the figurehead of the wrestling world, is now grappling with his own body's betrayal. But how did this happen? And what has it meant for his life outside the ring? Hogan's journey, filled with triumphs and milestones, wasn't always this tragic. He stood as the epitome of strength and power, a symbol of resilience that inspired millions. But every story has its shadow side. And for Hogan, that shadow has now been cast by a genetic illness that he never imagined would catch up with him. His body, once a source of unparalleled power, is now failing him. He opened up about his deteriorating health during an emotional appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience, offering a brutally honest look into his struggles. What was once just a passing thought has now become a painful reality. Arthritis. This isn't just a medical condition, it's a legacy passed down from his parents. At the height of his career, Hogan was warned, particularly by his mother, about the long-term consequences of his wrestling career. Yet, like many of us, he brushed off the concerns. His body, at the time, felt invincible. But with time, the physical damage inflicted by years of high-impact wrestling took its toll. His knees, hips, and other joints began to feel the weight of the decades. In a revealing moment, he admitted on Rogan's podcast that the pain he's feeling now is the very thing his mother had warned him about all those years ago. His decision to disregard her advice is something he deeply regrets. At the same time, Hogan has been trying to manage the pain in innovative ways, turning to CBD products to alleviate his symptoms. The results have been surprisingly positive. After years of relying on traditional, ineffective prescription medications, cannabis became his saving grace. His relief from pain was significant, enough to inspire him to create his own health and wellness line. This line includes functional mushrooms, which Hogan believes can help others facing similar struggles. This was his way of giving back to a community that supported him for so long. But Hulk Hogan's story is not just one of health struggles and pain. It's also about the path that led him to superstardom. He didn't just stumble into wrestling. He worked tirelessly, starting from his teenage years. His love for wrestling began in high school when he became a fan of the legendary Dusty Rhodes and regularly attended events at the Tampa Sportatorium. However, it was a pivotal moment at one of these events that truly shaped his future. Hogan found inspiration in superstar Billy Graham, a larger-than-life character who would forever change his perception of what he could achieve. Beyond wrestling, Hogan also nurtured his passion for music. He spent years playing bass guitar in local Florida bands, honing his skills while simultaneously growing his physical strength in the gym. It was in the gym where he met Mike Graham, a key figure who introduced him to the wrestling world. A few influential people, including Jack Briscoe, saw potential in Hogan and encouraged him to pursue wrestling professionally. This set the stage for his training under Hiro Matsuda, a legendary trainer who put him through rigorous, grueling sessions. But Hogan's path wasn't all smooth sailing. Matsuda was known for his tough love approach to training, and his first lesson was anything but easy. He intentionally broke Hogan's leg during their first session, a harsh but necessary wake-up call. Yet, within a year, Hogan was ready for his professional debut. His first match was booked by Eddie Graham, a key figure in Florida wrestling, where he faced off against Brian Blair in a memorable contest. Little did anyone know that this was just the beginning of an epic rise to fame, one that would see him become a global icon. Hogan's story isn't just one of fame, wealth, and achievement. It's a tale of resilience, pain, and personal transformation. From his early days as a struggling musician to becoming the most famous wrestler in history, his journey is one of continuous reinvention. But now, in the later stages of his life, it's the lessons from the past, especially the warnings from his mother, that echo in his mind. And as he continues to navigate his health issues, his legacy remains a testament to the sacrifices and hardships that made him the icon he is today. His story is one of both triumph and caution, and it reminds us all of the toll that fame and fortune can take on even the strongest among us. In the coming weeks, we'll dive deeper into how Hogan has adapted to this new phase of his life, balancing his health challenges with his ongoing business ventures. Stay tuned for more insights into his financial empire and the lifestyle that has been built from years of hard work and dedication. Hulk Hogan's rise to fame wasn't an easy journey, but it was nothing short of legendary. Early on, his wrestling career had its share of twists and turns. While wrestling under various names, including Terry the Hulk Boulder and Sterling Golden, Hogan's path to superstardom wasn't as straightforward as it may seem. His tag team partnership with Ed Leslie, later known as Brutus Beefcake, sparked a rumor that they were brothers, a misconception many fans believed, largely due to the secrecy surrounding wrestlers' real identities. But it was Hogan's larger-than-life persona and physicality that truly set him apart, even before he became the household name we know today. It wasn't until his appearance on a talk show alongside Lou Ferrigno, the star of The Incredible Hulk, that the world began to see the larger-than-life potential in Hogan. Standing at 6 feet 7 inches and weighing in at 295 pounds, Hogan literally dwarfed Ferrigno, creating an unforgettable image that would come to define him. Shortly after, he became Terry the Hulk Boulder, and the stage was set for a rise that would make history. But this wasn't just about physicality. Hogan had charisma. an undeniable magnetism that caught the eye of key figures in the wrestling world, including Vince McMahon. McMahon, who had grand plans for the World Wrestling Federation, the WWF, knew that Hogan was the perfect fit to become the face of the company. It was in McMahon's vision for a nationwide wrestling promotion that Hogan would truly take flight. McMahon not only gave Hogan his famous last name, but also helped launch his first major feud, which would propel him to superstardom, a legendary rivalry with the colossal Andre the Giant. Hogan's autobiography reveals a fascinating detail about their iconic showdown at Shea Stadium, a match that helped cement Hogan's status as a household name. Yet, behind the scenes, the match was just the beginning of a career filled with epic moments, each more thrilling than the last. However, before this meteoric rise in the U.S., Hogan had already begun building a reputation across the globe. In Japan, he was revered as a true wrestling icon, earning the nickname Ichibon, which translates to number one. His time wrestling in New Japan Pro Wrestling marked a shift in his career, where he showcased a more technical, finesse-based style, contrasting with his usual powerhouse brawling. Here, in the land of the rising sun, Hogan's versatility shone through, demonstrating that he wasn't just a one-dimensional brawler, but a true artist in the ring. His success in Japan was groundbreaking, making him a beloved figure there and laying the foundation for his return to the WWF. But it wasn't just his wrestling skills that kept him in the limelight. It was his entire persona, from his iconic Hulkamania to his catchphrases. In the early 80s, Hulk Hogan became synonymous with positivity, inspiring millions of fans with his "Train, say your prayers, and eat your vitamins" mantra. Hogan's charisma was unmatched, and his energy was infectious. He had the ability to captivate audiences, with every match turning into an epic display of perseverance and triumph. His trademark yellow and red colors, his dramatic shirt-ripping entrance, and his over-the-top flexing were all part of his carefully crafted persona, one that would become ingrained in pop culture. Through all the glitz and glamour, however, Hogan's career was also filled with intense struggles. His matches often followed a familiar pattern. He would face seemingly insurmountable odds, battling monstrous opponents who were booked as unstoppable forces. Yet, time and again, Hogan would find a way to turn the tide, gaining strength from the roaring crowds and delivering a victorious comeback. This formula, which became iconic in the wrestling world, solidified him as the ultimate hero. But the reality of maintaining such a public, larger-than-life persona took its toll. Behind the scenes, Hogan faced the same challenges and setbacks that many stars encounter. Even as Hogan's fame soared to new heights, his personal life began to show cracks. His relationship with his family, including his ex-wife Linda, became strained under the pressures of his celebrity. Hogan's life wasn't all about success and fame. It was also about sacrifice, and the toll of his career on his physical health was becoming impossible to ignore. The years of grueling matches, the countless bumps and bruises, were finally catching up with him. Yet, even as his body began to break down, his spirit remained unshaken. In addition to his wrestling career, Hogan sought new avenues to expand his empire. He ventured into acting, appeared in various television shows, and even recorded an album in Japan, capitalizing on his massive popularity there. Despite the setbacks, Hogan's influence and business ventures continued to grow. His entrepreneurial spirit led him to become a businessman, investing in various ventures and continuing to build his brand beyond the ring. From the heights of wrestling stardom to his continued presence in pop culture, Hogan was undeniably a multifaceted icon who adapted to every stage of his career with determination and grit. Today, Hogan's life may not be as centered around the wrestling ring, but his legacy endures. The struggles he faced throughout his career, from health issues to personal challenges, are a reminder of the price that often comes with fame. Yet, through it all, Hogan remains a symbol of resilience and strength. His ability to reinvent himself, whether through his wrestling persona, his business ventures, or his advocacy for health and wellness, showcases his enduring impact on both the wrestling world and popular culture. But his story isn't just about the glory or the fame. It's about the human experience, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Hogan's journey continues to resonate with millions, a testament to his unwavering drive and the lessons learned along the way. And as he navigates the next chapter of his life, it's clear that Hulk Hogan's legacy is far from over. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the ongoing saga of one of Hollywood's most iconic figures, from his personal struggles to his financial triumphs. Hulk Hogan's legendary wrestling career wasn't just about the thrills in the ring. It was also about the drama and chaos that followed him off-camera. Known for his signature hulking up moments, where he would power through seemingly insurmountable odds, Hogan became the embodiment of resilience. But despite his larger-than-life persona, Hogan's real life was far from the flawless image he portrayed in the ring. Behind the scenes, his journey was littered with scandals, controversial moments, and personal turmoil that tested his character in ways that many fans never saw coming. One of the most shocking chapters in Hogan's personal life was his involvement in a racism scandal that led to his temporary removal from the WWE. The controversy created a massive rift, not only within his fan base, but also within the wrestling community. This was a man who had once been a hero to millions, but the scandal revealed the complexity and vulnerability of his real-life persona. However, Hogan wasn't the only one in his family facing challenges. His son, Nick Hogan, found himself in trouble with the law when he was arrested for DUI in 2023, adding to the family's public struggles. This only added to the weight of Hogan's past mistakes, leading fans to question whether the Hulkster's image had been shattered for good. Yet, despite all this, Hogan's resilience remained a core theme in his life. But what about his other assets? Hulk Hogan's car collection is the stuff of legends. While the details of all the vehicles he's owned may never be fully known, it's well documented that he has a penchant for luxury cars. He's been seen behind the wheel of high-end brands like Cadillac and Corvette. His car collection reflects his larger-than-life persona, bold, flashy, and extravagant. And when it comes to luxury accessories, Hogan has never been shy. His love for high-end watches speaks volumes. From Rolex to other rare brands, Hogan's timepieces are a symbol of his wealth and status in the world of celebrity. Despite the financial prosperity he's enjoyed, Hogan's story isn't just about accumulating wealth. It's about how he managed it. His business acumen extends far beyond the ring. Over the years, Hogan has invested in multiple ventures, including a partnership with various brands and endorsements. He's been involved in everything from restaurant chains to fitness products, and his endorsement deals have contributed significantly to his net worth. One of his most notable investments has been in the world of professional wrestling itself. As part owner of TNA Wrestling, Hogan's involvement in the business side of wrestling has allowed him to profit from the industry that made him famous. But Hogan's wealth isn't just tied to business ventures. He's also invested wisely in insurance policies, which have helped protect his assets over the years. Given the nature of his career, one full of risks, injuries, and public scrutiny, Hogan has made sure to protect his health, assets, and career. His insurance strategy covers everything from health-related costs to the protection of his personal and professional interests. In an industry where stars burn bright and fade quickly, Hogan's strategy for securing his future has been key to maintaining his financial stability. His financial journey, however, hasn't been without bumps in the road. Hogan has faced major financial struggles throughout his life. The most notable of these was his legal battle against the media outlet Gawker, which led to a settlement of over $100 million. That lawsuit stemmed from the release of a sex tape that was meant to ruin his reputation. But Hogan fought back, and not only did he win the case, but he also sent a clear message about the power of fighting for one's reputation and financial well-being. The settlement paid off in more ways than one. It was a testament to his resilience in the face of adversity. This battle showed that Hogan wasn't just a wrestler. He was a savvy businessman who understood the value of protecting his image and assets. What is even more intriguing is how Hogan's financial decisions have allowed him to remain relevant, despite the ups and downs in his personal life. His past might be filled with controversies, but his ability to adapt, reinvent, and invest wisely has kept him afloat. He went from being one of the most famous wrestlers in the world to a successful entrepreneur who commands respect both in and out of the ring. As he navigates his 60s, Hogan's net worth has continued to grow. He's worth an estimated $25 million, and while some might think that number is high for a man in retirement, the truth is that it's likely to keep growing. With his real estate empire continuing to appreciate, and with new business ventures popping up on the horizon, Hogan's wealth will likely increase in the years to come. However, one thing remains certain. Hogan has worked hard to ensure that his financial legacy outlasts his wrestling career. Despite his financial success, Hogan has faced numerous personal struggles. His second divorce and the fallout from his reality TV show, Hogan Knows Best, tested his mental and emotional fortitude. But it's clear that his journey, both financially and personally, is far from over. He continues to evolve, using his past to fuel his present and future. His latest transformation, giving up alcohol, losing 40 pounds, and adopting a healthier lifestyle, has only added another layer to his complex persona. And while some may view these changes as part of a midlife crisis, others see it as a man redefining himself for the next chapter. Hulk Hogan's story is not just one of success, it's also one of constant reinvention. From the wrestling ring to the business world, from facing public scandals to managing a fortune, Hogan's life has been a testament to the power of resilience. His journey has shown us that success is not just about wealth. It's about learning from your mistakes, adapting to change, and finding new ways to stay on top. As he continues to navigate the complexities of fame, family, and fortune, one thing is clear. Hulk Hogan may be aging, but his legacy is only getting stronger.